whether you guys are a newer distributor or you're an active supervisor, maybe the tab team, there's different training that's going to be going on for this call. Okay, so we have we have basically the whole organization on this call tonight. And as we continue to grow, and really we could do this right now, but some of our different lines could do these own calls. So Caitlin could have her own call, Mike and Cara could have their own call, Joey can have his own call. And that's really what we're going to be doing as we move forward. So this call, the Get to Supervisor call, is so important because it's focused on some of the basics of the business, around the marketing plan, sharing your story, your testimonial, understanding some of the different conversation that you'll get in the marketplace. So you can be someone that adds value to the marketplace, and also understand maybe some of the misconceptions in the marketplace from certain people. And then also really learning and being able to teach the marketing plan. So for this call, for this conversation, there's a couple things that are going to be going on. And this will be what goes on your calls, as well as we have our individual calls. And this is also very important because myself or whoever is doing this call, this isn't for us to teach your people for you. If you're someone who has people on this call, this is for us to teach you how to teach your people. That's sometimes where the breakdown can happen, because we have so much leadership on this call. We have so many successful people on this call that sometimes when the tab team might be doing calls, we might just be like, hey, hop on. And then we let myself or Caitlin or Steven or Joe or Mike and Carr, Sean, whoever, teach all of our people. And they're essentially doing it for us, not with us, if we're not locked in and paying attention. Let me say that again. If you're not locked in and paying attention, then we're essentially training your people for you, not with you. If you are locked in and you're paying attention, meaning you're paying attention to language, you're paying attention to the questions that are being asked, you're paying attention to how we're doing recognition, you're paying attention to how I am setting up the call. This is called setting up the listening. All of these things are things that you will carry with you and carry with yourself, whether you're training on stage, you're teaching someone one-on-one, you're teaching a group of people, you're working with your customers, you're working with your distributors. Every one of you who wants to build a business needs to pay attention to how I'm doing this. This is not, hey, everybody hop on the call and Jay's just going to teach all my people for me. So this is why, for me, I'm blown away and I'm taken back every time when I go to ask somebody to lead one of these calls and they don't know what to do. That shows me that I didn't do a good enough job setting you up to understand what place you should be listening from on calls like this. So sure, if you're an active supervisor, might you get some information that is relevant for you, for your personal business, for your personal retail, for your personal recruiting? Of course. But most of what will be talked about on this call is really what helps you build royalties, because this is how you build people. You guys want to write this down, because the difference between someone who's an active supervisor and someone who's active world team is someone who's an active supervisor knows how to do it. Someone who's an active world team knows how to teach other people how to do it also. And the whole reason why we want to have this call once a month, even though this is honestly one of our most important calls we'll have all month, is so that we can make sure that we're teaching people how to do it. So tonight, Steven is going to take some of our newer distributors through some things. And while Steven's taking some of our newer distributors through some things, I might come in and coach him or coach the other people. And while I'm coaching Steven, you guys will see not only is Steven coaching those other people, but Steven's also getting coached during it. This is one of the basic principles of Herbalife. It's called tell. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. Hey, I'm going to do this wellness profile. I'm going to figure out their budget. I'm going to show them how they're going to save money. Show, I'm going to actually do it. Then after I do that, I'm going to let someone try it themselves. And I'm going to give them feedback and coaching on how they did it off of what they showed, off of what they saw me do. After I told them what I'm going to do, I showed them. Then they tried it. Now they're able to do it by themselves. This is a very important part of your guys' business, and it comes with everything. Hey, how do you share your story? How do you teach the marketing plan? How do you retail? How do you recruit? How do you invite someone to an STS? How do you master an objection? Guys, write this down. This is the basics of the business. Jim Rohn said this. Mark Hughes said this. All you have to do is get good at a half a dozen things. All you have to do is get good at a few things. Sometimes we can make this business complicated. We can get all crazy about what we're doing. Listen, it's very simple. Keep it very simple. Get very good at the simple things. Get better every single day. Get good at those few things and then teach it and help other people get good at it and then help them teach it to other people. So this is the different, there's a few conversations that are going to be happening tonight. And Tab Team, every one of you should be able to have the conversation I'm having right now. It doesn't have to sound like me, but you should be able to set up the listening of the brand new distributor, the active supervisor, and the Tab Team member. All of that you should be able to do. So this isn't so Jay can come on and train our people. It's so that you can pay attention on how to build your royalties. Because at the level that you can or can't do this, your royalties will or will not grow. Do not get confused with Nutrition Club consumptions as royalties. Because if the model changed tomorrow and Nutrition Clubs were gone and you don't have 20 people making shakes, what business do you have if you don't have people who know how to develop people, retail, recruit, and invite? Make sure you guys get this, because it has never been easier to get to supervisor. It's never been easier to build a business. It's never been easier to have volume. But a distinction that you guys want to make is that we're building people, not just volume. If you guys build people, you'll always have the volume. So we're not just concerned about, hey, let's just have robots do volume. That's not what we want. We want people who can also do everything else that it consists of, only a few things that make up our Herbalife business. So are we building people and volume, or are we just building volume and not people? So this call and these calls and our trainings and our team nights, all of this is to build people. Now, to what extent you want your business to grow, well, that's up to you. And then that determines how much you do to invest in people to make this happen. Now, this is also why we want to have people qualified, because as you guys build a business, you want to protect your time. I don't want you spending 10 hours a week with somebody who isn't going to go to the STS next month and never is going to be around because you can't get those 10 hours back. That's why we have these calls. That's why we have the events. It's so that we invest into invested people. Someone invests their $30 to be at the STS. They get invested into by the event and by us and by their upline. And so we invest in invested people. This is why if people don't hop on these calls, I don't work with them. If people aren't at events, I don't work with them. Because why should I invest in you if you can't invest in yourself? This is why I don't work with certain people who don't invest into the Nutrition Club. This is why you get to invest. If you work out of our clubs, you get to invest to work into the Nutrition Club because somebody invested $10, $20, $30,000 to open that club, and the time and the resources and the energy to make it happen. And so you get to invest your couple $100 to work out of it and make a couple $1,000 potentially. Invest in invested people. So when we're thinking of that mindset, let me bring this back for you guys. See, when I say all of that, depending on how much that is for you with where you're at, that could seem very big. It could seem like, oh, of course it's simple. I don't know how it's landing for you guys. But let me remind you, it's very simple. Retail, recruit, be able to show the marketing plan, invite to events. That's all we do. It's very simple. It's very simple. The retailing portion is so simple because as you get your product results and you have results that are so on point, there's not much you really need to do besides say, hey, what are your goals? You see my results, you see all these other people's results. What are your goals? And then you show them how they could potentially save money compared to what they're currently spending. And they might have already been coming in the club or following on social media, so they know about the products, they know about what you're up to. So now it's just a matter of which flavors do you want? What plan do you want? That's all it comes down to for retailing. Recruiting becomes the same exact thing. So we'll train you guys on all those things, but it's very simple. So just understand it's a matter of just mastering those things. Now you have to give yourself time to master those things. You have to give yourself enough opportunities to get good at it. Not everybody can retail right away. Not everybody can recruit right away. Not everybody can invite right away. Everybody has their different skills. Everybody comes with their different things. What you guys have to have, and you guys want to write this down, but you guys have to have a burning desire for more and a burning desire to get better. You need to have a burning desire for more and a burning desire to get better. Some of you will be able to retail, and you'll be able to retail so easily. You'll be able to retail so much. You'll be able to do whatever, and you'll do your 3,000 points every month because you're comfortable there and you know you can do it. But if you have a burning desire for more, if you have a burning desire to be able to become more, if you have a burning desire to get better, then maybe next month you'll do 4,000. And maybe next month you'll do 5,000. And it's not the volume point. It's that you're getting better at standing for someone on why they get to be on a full plan. You get to get better at showing somebody, taking what their concerns are, taking what their excuses are, taking whatever their thing is, and then showing them what it actually is, not what their false perception of it is. All of these things start to come together. So that's what I want you guys to come from this mindset. When we're going through this call tonight, wherever you're at, think about how you can be learning and how you can be growing within it. Don't just be on this call because you have to be on this call. If that's where you're at because you're like, okay, check the box, I got to be on this call. Don't be on this call. This isn't for you. This isn't for you. But if you're ready to have a burning desire for more, if you're ready to grow wherever you're at, if you're a brand new distributor, you're looking to go to the next level in your business, wherever you're at, I want to talk to those people. Steven's going to talk to those people. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Steven. We're going to go through wins from last month to this month. We're going to talk about level changes, and then we're going to do some coaching through that. So if you guys could, Caitlin, unmute everybody. Give it up for Active World team member Steven Kilianchik.
Yeah.
Out there.
Cool. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thanks, Jay. Thank you, Casper. I always hear you. You're always the loudest, I feel like. Excited to be on here with you guys tonight. 70 people strong. Congrats to everyone on an awesome month last month. But it's already May 2nd. So make sure we're focused on getting off zero, getting started this month strong. Make sure we're having our goals laid out. So we talked about it yesterday on our call about like what our goals are with clients and preferred members and distributors, what we're going for maybe for extravaganza quals, making sure that we have all those goals laid out. Otherwise, we're just going to be wandering around. Like, think about if you're trying to drive to California and you're not using a map or not using your phone, it's going to take you a lot longer to get there than if you actually laid out the goals that you're looking to hit this month. So don't wait until the 3rd. Don't wait until the 7th. Make sure you guys have your goals out now, and then making sure you're clear on the action of what it's going to take to get those goals. So first, let's go over some wins based off of from last month. So maybe not focusing on like I moved up from like senior consultant to qualified producer, maybe holding off on those right now because we're going to go through the marketing plan and recognize everyone that did move up. But some goals from last month to this month, maybe most amount of people we've ever helped last month. Maybe it's I have three challengers in the second Hustle and Heart Challenge right now, stuff like that. So does anyone want to share their wins with us? Anyone want to share? Raise your hand or come off mute. Rach, I see you come off mute. What you got for us, girl?
Hey, what's up? So for me, like overall last month, my ratio for like wellness profile to client, it's like around 80 to 85% right now. Before working in a club, it was around like 30, 33%. So that's a major win. I got like 13 new clients last month.
Hey.
And 26 people we have like a 21-day ab challenge going on. So I got 26 people entered into that too. So that was a win for me.
Dope. Give it up for Rach, guys. Give it up for Rach. So we're not going to come off mute every time, but you can feel the energy through the Zoom and through being on camera and stuff. That's awesome stuff, Rach. So just so you guys are clear on ratios. So the ratio that she mentioned of 80% of people from a wellness profile turning into a client. So that basically means out of, say, 10 people that she sits down and talks with, 8 of them are turning into clients. So then from there, she could be like, okay, if I schedule, say your goal is 8 clients for the month. So then all she needs to focus on is scheduling 10 wellness profiles throughout the month. Then she's going to hit her goal of 8 new clients. So it kind of helps you realize like, okay, how many maybe 3-day trials do I need to get out? How many new people into the club do I need to get in, and et cetera. So that way you know how many people you need to go out and talk to then turn into your clients. Good stuff, Rach. Who's next? Any other wins? Joe Mac?
Yeah.
Coming in strong with the beard. What you got for us?
All that collagen, bro.
Yeah.
Cool. So what's up, Rach? Go work, girl. So my one win number 1 is Rach beat me in volume last month. So that's always good to get beaten by one of your awesome, strong. Out to Rach for that. But that's what motivates me. So shout out to Rach for that. My one win for this month already is I have 2 new clients already for the month. So really just focused on really just reaching out and getting, helping other people just from social media. So that's my win. Back to you, Steven.
Sweet. Good stuff, Joe. Starting the month off strong. Let's go. One more win, and then we're going to do some recognition. Go ahead, Casper.
I just want to recognize Ray and Ray's organization. They did a phenomenal job last month. Ray hit the second cut of get, and that's all hard work from Ray and his organization working hard. And super proud of the team.
Yes, good stuff. Give it up for Ray and team. Second cut global expansion team, huge. And that just speaks to everyone that we're about to hear from, just like moving up the marketing plan from new distributors to senior consultants, etc. So by a show of hands, if you guys could raise your hand, any new distributors since last month, actually any new distributors since last month, if you guys could comment in the chat. You guys could comment in the chat, all new distributors since last month. And then someone come off mute and tell us your name. We want to hear where you're from and your story, why you decided to become a distributor. I want to hear from Katie. Katie Camp. Top preferred member last month. I believe you had 8.
Yeah. Can you see me?
Where are you?
Am I doing it?
What's up? You're doing
hey.
it right. So share with us. So your name's obviously Katie.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm from Circleville, Ohio.
Nice.
This is my first time actually speaking. But so I became a distributor through Sarah. She is amazing, and I absolutely love her. I kind of joined because other people had kind of seen my fitness goals, and I post a lot about it. And all these girls were asking for my help, and I had no clue how to help them. And then I met up with Sarah, and she kind of gave me the rundown, got me with you guys, and now 8 members, like you said, and literally everyone comes to me 24/7. How can I make my life healthier? What can I do to get better? And now I feel like I am actually making a difference now, and I absolutely love it.
Awesome, Katie. So I want to hear, you have 8 new preferred members last month. So what level of marketing plan are you at currently now? You know?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
You know what level you're at in the marketing plan?
No, I'm still learning literally everything. I'm just trying to help. Like every day I'm texting Sarah. I'm like, what is this? How did I just bump up? Oh my goodness.
That is
So
awesome.
it's definitely a learning process, but I love it. It challenges me every day.
Yes. Do you know what your percent is? Are you at 35%, 42?
42.
Yes.
I know I'm almost to the next one. I'm like 400 points away or something.
Almost to that 50%. Let's
And
go.
I just started. I'm so excited.
So what do you think the main thing was that helped lead you to get 8 for members last month? Because I'm trying to teach me.
Social media is really how I found a lot of people, and just posting like my shakes every day. Everyone was interested in it. And then word of mouth, I literally, since I met with Sarah and joined being a distributor, that's all I've talked about. Like when people come to me, they're like, well, what'd you have for breakfast? I'm like, my shake. And then I'll go into detail what it is. And it's kind of just gotten all around town. And it's helped because Sarah's actually opening up her shop soon. So everybody's interested and want to know like what's new.
Sweet. Awesome.
So social media definitely helps.
Very cool. Do you know what your results are from the products?
Mine, I feel like I'm definitely less hungry throughout the day because I've always had a problem. Like I want to eat like crazy, and they've definitely helped me maintain my appetite. And then with working out, like I feel more energized and well-rounded. Like I'm just healthier in general is what I feel like.
Awesome. So what I'm picking up, guys, from her sharing, like you could feel the passion and the excitement, just like Kira said, of what from the little journey that she got started. So how long have you been using the products? Like 2 or 3 weeks or something?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So like she's like brand new. Doesn't maybe necessarily have like a body fat loss story yet, or maybe like an official before and after, but it doesn't matter. Like it goes back to the basics of just using the products, having that passion about the products, then sharing with other people, and then showing people that you're using the products. So she's using her social media to do that, and then just plugging people into the system. So
and it's really helped like how we're doing our challenge now, that I'm actually like I do the workouts every day and I talk to the clients every day. I'm like, hey, today is gonna kick your butt. How was it for you? Like personalizing it, I think has helped a lot as well.
Awesome. Yeah. So excited for you, Katie. So
Steven,
cool.
I want to add some real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so Katie, good job, congratulations. I have something for first of all, Steven, great job. Katie, great job. Sarah, great job. What I want to say real quick for you, Katie, is the one thing that I wish I would have done when I started was have a before picture. So do you have a before picture yet?
Yes, I do.
Okay, perfect. So have your before picture. Guys, whether it's you or your clients, it's both. We want a before picture. Nothing speaks more than the picture. Here's my before picture. Here's my after picture. Some of you guys that I can think of recently that have blown up to supervisor, it's your before and after pictures. It's your results. I mean, the results is the biggest thing. And so, Katie, good job. Congratulations. The other thing I want to say for Sarah, this is a coaching point. So, guys, if I'm someone who has someone like Sarah on my team who has Katie, who's brand new, she's blowing up. She's got 8 PMs last month. She's about to be supervisor in like it's like a 3-week, 4-week thing with supervisor. That is flying. Here's the most important thing. This is what you guys have to pay attention to. When you have this happening, you have to go and pay attention and go to Katie and say, okay, first of all, what you guys are seeing is that Katie is open to coaching from Sarah. That's one of the reasons why she's growing so fast. She's open to coaching. She's not someone who's like, they're my clients, I'm doing it my way, whatever. No offense, that's brain dead. Because your coach, no matter how awesome you are, your coach has been around longer, they know more, they're able to help you. They're able to guide you, okay? So if I'm Katie, number one, I'm wanting Sarah to help me as much as possible, because here's what's important. And as you guys grow in the beginning, it's okay. I want to get customers, right? That's all of our focus is like, okay, I want to get customers. I want to move up the marketing plan. But here's what's most important. It's actually most important that not only do you get customers, but you help them get results and that you do the follow-up. Because write this down, like Jim Rohn said, the fortune is in the follow-up. One of Katie's next distributors who's going to go supervisor in 4 weeks could be one of her clients right now. This is why the coaching and the follow-up is so important. That's the first piece of it. The first piece of it is that Sarah and Katie are both looking at making sure that their follow-up is on point with their customers and that they're getting amazing results. The second thing that we want to be looking at, if I'm Sarah working with Katie, it said, okay, Katie, now not only are we going to get you to supervisor, of course, that's about to be done like yesterday. So that's going to be done. But let's make sure that, because then I would say, well, the only coaching I would really have here, and this happens sometimes, guys, I didn't know the marketing plan. I went to supervisor my first month, hit world team my third month. I had no idea what was really going on. And then Tim came to me and he said, hey, that's awesome that you're doing this. But if you don't know the marketing plan, how are you going to teach other people to grow up the marketing plan? So I want to, if I'm Katie, I want to sit down with Sarah and I want to really learn the marketing plan. If I'm Sarah, I'm saying, okay, Katie, teach me the marketing plan. Teach me senior consultant, teach me qualified producer, teach me supervisor, teach me active supervisor. Because now it's like, okay, Katie, you're doing amazing. You're about to be supervisor. But the level we really want to know, the level we really want to hit and we never want to leave is active supervisor. So the way we're going to set up active supervisor is, if I'm Sarah, I'm going to sit down with Katie and I'm going to say, okay, let's draw out, get 20, keep 20. Let's draw out 20 customers. And out of these 20 customers, I'll know what to talk to you about, because I'll know out of these 20 customers who's going to be your next distributor, who's good at being a customer and they're not going to move, they're not going to leave, whatever, they're good where they're at. Who are those people? So we're going to go ahead and know that from those 20. Because that's also going to help build her to active supervisor. 2,500 documented volume points between her and her 20 customers, and then maybe some new distributors who are going to help go to the next level. There's her 2,500. That's one of 4 months to world team and active soup, and we're building that consistency. So those are my coaching points that I have for you guys based off of that. Sarah, Katie, congratulations again. Awesome. Steven, back to you, bro.
Good stuff. Thanks, bro. All right. One more time, let's give it up for all the new distributors from last month. Let's double the amount of new distributors from May to June for next month's call. So now, all new senior consultants, can you guys comment in the chat? All new senior consultants since last month, please comment in the chat. And then one daring soul want to come off mute and share with us how you got there. All new senior consultants, comment in the chat. All new senior consultants. If you went from senior consultant and QP from last month, you guys could comment too that you guys hit senior consultant last month. So you guys might be like qualified producer right now, but you guys hit senior consultant last month. Basically what Katie did. Is there anyone else like that? Any other senior consultants? We got a QP we could hear from. Do we have any senior consultants on the line? Dang, we're going right from distributor to QP. I like it. Let's go. All right, let's go to QP. Let's have Deasia share with us. Deasia, where you at?
Hey.
There you are. What's up, girl? So share with us where you're from and stuff, and then how long you been doing the business?
All right.
How you advanced to qualified producer, and then what you got next. What's up next for you?
All right. So I'm Deasia Platt. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Live in South Euclid. I've been a part of business. I started not the beginning of April, but kind of early-ish in April. So I've been in it for about 3 weeks now. When I started, I just took off, like instantly, like first week, got to 1,500, qualified for the power call. I'm almost at supervisor. I really wanted it by the end of this month, but I'm like 320 away. What else did you ask me?
Okay, that's good. So you know how far, this is a key point too, guys, is like, you want to know how far away you are from the next level. So you just said you're 320 away from supervisor, right?
Yes.
So it's good to know how far away you are, so that we can break it down. Like, okay, I know my new clients, I tip my new client average of volume points is basically 150. So it looks like so that's just an example of the number. So basically if your average of volume points is 150, you're two new clients away from reaching supervisor. So that way you know, like, okay, this is the work I got to do. But I want to hear, so you said you've been in for 3 weeks and you qualified for the power call in your first week, which is incredible. So I want to hear, like, how did you do 1,500? What did that look like for you?
When I first started, the goal was like 1,000 in the month. And, I started with my 100-person list, my center of influence, working family and friends. They were supportive. They hopped on it. They love it. Worked social media. Got some people interested from that. And I was just constantly, posting shakes and teas and trying to talk more.
And your coach is Golden, right?
Yes.
So did you basically just do what Golden told you to do?
Yeah, she told me to, give me some tips and went with it.
So simple. So that's awesome. You remain coachable and you just did the steps that she laid out for you, and like, look at what's happening. Like, it's not, we don't have to worry, like, this is for everybody. Like, we don't have to worry about like recreating the wheel or reinventing the wheel. Like, it's all laid out for us to where it's like, if we just like hop on the tracks and ride the train, like, we're going to get to where we want to go to. So like what you said, like, you just did your 100-person list. You just followed up with your people. You did what she told you to do for social media. And now look, like, you're really tapping into your COI, your center of influence of your family and friends, and you friggin' crushed your first month, and now you're on your way to supervisor. So you know how far away you are from supervisor, but like Jay said, like, what's the next step from there that you really should be focusing on for yourself? Like, what's that next level beyond supervisor that you want to start focusing on?
Okay, say that again.
What's the level after supervisor? So you're 320 away from supervisor, but then like, what's next? Like, are you done after supervisor? Like, you just
Absolutely
gonna
not.
Getting your same people, or like, what's the goal after supervisor?
After supervisor, active soup and getting up there with you guys. Like, I have a few people that I'm talking to who are interested in the business as well. So I have 2 who are really like, I feel are going to be a part of the business soon. They're constantly asking questions. So I'm trying to learn as much as I can and grow as much as I can. So when it's time for them to come along, I can be like, okay, let's do this.
Dope. So can you share with us, and for the newer people too, what are the different levels up to supervisor? So like, once you become a distributor, what's the next level after that?
It's distributor at 25%. Then you have senior consultant at 35, qualified producer at 42, supervisor at 50.
Okay. Hey, hold on, time out. Let's rewind. So senior consultant, 35%. Mm-hmm. How do I get there?
Said senior consultant.
How do I get there? Like, what does it take?
I think.
Yes.
I was just gonna add something, and this may be my fault. But when I had her sign up, she just kind of skipped that because I just had her get 5 people to sign up. So she kind of went like 700 volume points her first day. So not sure if she knows what that is.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
So that's why I just wanted to add that in. That's a key point. And then I wanted to add it in too, when she's talking about the 2 people that she's working with that are interested, she's doing that with them right now. So that as soon as they sign up, they just, so
yeah. No,
go
that's
ahead.
Good. Yeah. So Deasia, since you just kind of skipped right over it, along with
Isn't it like 5?
Yes, it's 500. Very good. So if you look at that, so especially people like working challenges and stuff, you could break it down like per challenger, or it could just be like per client. So say, for example, the average client orders, say 200, just for easy numbers. If you get 2 to 3 people, which you eclipse the 2 to 3 people, you'll be at the 500 points. So that 500 points will give you 35%. But what you did is that you got 5 So you got 700 points. You jumped right to the 35%, pretty close to the 42%. So do you know what the 42% is for qualified producer? How many points?
1,000.
1,000, yes. So if you look at that, say you're 200 points per person, that's all that is 5 people. So if you, especially getting started, like if you get 5 people to join, say, the Hustle and Hard Challenge with you, you could jump right to 42% your first order. So that's why it's so important that you're working with your coach and you're working your 100-person list. So that way, instead of, say, maybe me placing 1 order for a new client today and then 3 orders maybe tomorrow, you want to make sure you're clumping it together and you're getting the most out of that order. So you're the highest discount and the highest profit. So that's dope. So then 1,000 points for 42%. And then since you're just very close to supervisor, how many points does it take for supervisor?
2,000.
2,000. Good. So what's the time frame that the 2,000 you need to do?
Don't you have 2 months?
2 months? Yes, you do. Are you telling me or are you asking me?
I mean, well, yeah, I know.
No, you don't got to
2
ask.
months.
You know what you're doing? So yes, 2,000 in 1 to 2 months. So you got 2,000. You got 2 months to accumulate 2,000 points. So if you just look at that, like that could be 5 people this month and then 5 people next month, or it could just be a beast, basically like you, and just get 10 people in 1 month, and that's going to be close to your 2,000 points. And what's cool too is like with your story, like you're getting people that want to be distributors with you right away, to where their volume is going to help you move up to supervisor and then eventually active supervisor and stuff, to where all that volume is going to accumulate for you, to where it's like necessarily that 2,000 points, 1,000 could be from you, and then another 1,000 could be from your new distributors. So that's why it's important too that you're working your 100-person list with your newer people and you're making sure they're clear on how to get to like senior consultant, qualified producer, and stuff like that. But awesome stuff, DeAsia. Keep killing it. Jay, do you want to add anything or speak with anything on DeAsia's part? I don't know where we lost Jay, but good stuff. Golden too, laying out the tracks for her, laying out like the simple steps, and like DeAsia seems very coachable. So it's like I'm assuming that Golden is like giving her a step of like, hey, do this and then come back to me. And then, hey, do this and then come back to me. To where it's like she's making sure that DeAsia's taking the proper steps before she's just trying to help her and stuff. And she's not like dragging her. DeAsia's taking those steps forward. Jay, did you want to add anything with DeAsia? No? Cool. All right. So now let's have all new supervisors from last month comment in the chat for us, please. All brand new supervisors comment in the chat. Give it up for all the new supervisors. Clap it up. Clap it up. Give them some energy. All new soups. Comment in the chat for me. All new soups. And then is there any daring souls that want to come off mute and share with us how you got there and what you guys did? New soups, new soups. I know we got a couple people close. Does A mean new soup? That you guys are a new soup? A. Coach Eb, you a new soup? Coach Eb, where are you at? Are you out there?
She's out there, bro. I see her.
Where is she?
I'm here.
Where are you?
I'm right here.
There you are. I see you. I found you. It's hard. There's all these little boxes. What up, girl? So,
What's up?
New soup as of last month or what?
Yep, last month.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So I want to hear how you got there, maybe how long it took you to, and like the time period for it, and maybe what some of the struggles were that happened for you, but like what you stayed like consistent with to get through those struggles.
I had a lot of struggles. It took me probably like a whole year, 12 months. 12 months. So that means that I didn't get it from the new way, the 2,000 points in the 1 to 2 months. I did it the old-fashioned way, 4,000 points in 12 months, because it was a struggle. So my biggest struggle was being consistent, being coachable, and the results.
So what was the shift that happened for you? Like what what took you, maybe you were hanging around the flagpole or whatever, but like what was that switch? Like what clicked for you that took it from boom, okay, I'm just gonna get this done?
So the first thing what did it was my results, just like Jay said. So I we doing a next level challenge, and like Joe made this workbook and gave us like home workouts. So I've been doing these home workouts, and I got like crazy results in 21 days. And then from there, I posted my picture. So then what got it was honestly recognition. Like Jay posted that, and I always knew how many points I needed from supervisor, but once I seen that list and seen my name, I'm like, oh, I got to do this. So
Yeah.
I was like seriously on my way to work, and I already had 100-person list a long time ago. I'm like, I'm about to do a new list. And what I did was the 100 people was people at work. Like I just went to work and just started talking to people. So that was like really out of my comfort zone because I don't really like to talk to people. So like that, my first people was everybody at work. And then my next people was everybody that liked in my post. So I just was talking to everybody. I didn't talk to so many people in these last week. I can't believe it.
Let's go. So, wow, that's awesome. There's a lot of good stuff there. A couple things that I really like personally, like that I took notes of is like it's never, although you maybe might be in the business for a year or 3 years or 5 years, like if you want to spark in your business, like go get a new product result. Like go throw in a new product into your daily regimen. Go hit the gym more. Go join a 21-day challenge, like you said. Join the BTC. Join the Hustle and Heart. Like those results are gonna fire you up and give you that passion to where when you first started. Like I know for me, like sometimes it could be like you get in like just a daily habit of doing the same stuff over and over. And then you might lose maybe that excitement or that passion. Maybe like after you go to an STS, like you're all fired up that week after, but then maybe 2 weeks later, like you don't want to get out of bed. You're not fired up as much to do your invites or make sure you're staying consistent or whatever it might be. But when you're getting those new results, it just fires you up. Like think about like when you guys first, for everyone that's like maybe been around a while, like think about when you guys first got started and you saw your first ab popping in, or you lost your first couple body fat percentage or whatever, like what that did to you and like how excited you were. And just make sure, hold on to that excitement as much as you can, because that's really going to fire you up to go out and get new clients and help new people. Because like, think about that. Like all we're doing, like people call us like salespeople, which basically we sell a product. Yes. But what we do is we get people results. And think about like if no one ever shared the products with you, like where you might be, what you might look like. I know for me, I'd probably be like 250 pounds and like a fat dude just chilling on the couch watching like TV or something. So it's like me and Mike chilling, drinking beer and eating pizza. But what's cool is like we have the opportunity to take someone from that, and from maybe going down that path, we have the opportunity to take them down a different path, and down a path where you can still drink your shakes, get results, and still enjoy that stuff once in a while. Maybe enjoy that stuff at your qualifications or on the vacations with Herbalife or whatever it might be. So realizing the opportunity that we have with just sharing our results and sharing the products with people in the marketplace and what might be possible for them. Ebony, I want to recognize you too, like for staying consistent. Like it might not always be like easy to like think about like, okay, maybe you're at senior consultant, qualified producer, and it's like it's happened for me before, but like say you're at the STS and like you see all these people maybe getting recognized for supervisor and you're like, dude, what is wrong with me? Like, why am I not up there? Like, why can I not hit supervisor or whatever that level is for you? And just realizing like, you got to like look within, you got to like maybe make that decision, draw that line in the sand and like, okay, moving forward, these are the things I'm going to do. So she probably became more coachable. Like I saw her FaceTiming with Joe. Joe's helping her out. Obviously Joe's an incredible coach and like he put together that plan for her. So she became more coachable. She also became more consistent. So whatever that might be for her, I don't know if she builds her business through like the club or Instagram or whatever it might be, but she stayed consistent with that. And realize, guys, like there's no right and wrong way to build your business. It all comes down to the consistency of doing it. Whether it's maybe you post 3 times a day on your Instagram, or whether it's maybe you do 10 face-to-face invites out in the community. Whatever it is, you just got to stay consistent in it long enough to where you guys are going to get the results. Like you can't try something out for 30 days or 90 days and then think like all of a sudden something's going to happen. Like I think at the last at the LDW, like they were talking about how Rome wasn't built over a day, but a brick was laid every single day. Like, we got to make sure that we're laying those bricks with our personal results and with getting new clients and new distributors and stuff. So, Ebony, is there anything else that you want to share with us? I know, so we know how to get to active supervisor. Share with us how to get to world team and active world team. So we're looking at those levels beyond that of really what's going to create that income that maybe you want or what's possible for you.
No, wait a minute. We're going too far ahead with me. I can't. Only thing I got on my paper is, and I'm already off zero too. I was off zero yesterday. So let me tell you that story. So I was trying to hit that soup, and then we got this dual month stuff. So I was about to get frustrated, but I got this personal development that I be doing now that stopped me from getting frustrated. So I said, you know what? I'm going to still get this soup, and I'm going to let that volume points that my client just ordered. I'm like, you know what, Herbalife, y'all can keep that on May, because that's going to be my 156 points towards my 1,500 that I need before the 15th, and my 2,500 that I will get this month.
So I love it. You're declaring it that you will get it this month. You have your goals laid out already. You know what you're going for. So that 2,500 is going to give you what this month? What's that 2,500 give you?
Active soup. First, I think first, just active supervisor.
Yes, first cut active supervisor. So active supervisor is how many cuts?
3.
3. Good. You're doing good. So then what's next after active supervisor?
Then is world team.
Yes. And what does world team take?
I know you could do it if you do 10,000 in 1 month. You could get world team.
Yes. Or
I can't remember the other way.
So it's active supervisor plus 1 more month of
4 months.
Yep, 4 months of 2,500.
4 months of 2,500. Yeah.
Yes. And then what's the third way? This might be the trickiest one for you.
Yeah, that one's gonna be tricky. Somebody raise their hand and give me that.
Any new soups want to say, Beb? Any new soups? Who else are new soups? Is it Michaela a new soup? I think she said A in the chat. Who else is a new soup? Where's our new soups at? New soups?
Oh, I don't.
New soups? I hear someone come off mute. Anyone out there? Haley, are you new soup?
Wait. I think I know.
Wait, who said I think I know?
Michaela.
Okay, what is it?
So she mentioned 10,000 personal volume.
Yes.
Or I think it's 500 royalty points.
Yes.
And then
what's the third one? She already said it.
Oh, it's like org volume.
No, that is the org volume.
Oh, okay.
What's the third one? She said it.
I don't know.
Ed, you got it? What's the third one? Put them all together for us.
The 4 months of 2,500.
Yeah. Look at that teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. So 2,500 volume points in 4 consecutive months, or 10,000 volume points in 1 month, documented volume points, or 500 royalties, which is 10,000 organizational volume points. So that's how we achieved the world team. And then from there, we got the active world team, which is all 3 of those. And then for the 10,000 volume points in 1 month, the company actually made it 5,000 volume points personally in 1 month. So good stuff, Eb. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm excited to watch you grow and stay consistent and coachable and achieve all the goals you have, especially 1,500 by the 15th. Can't wait to see you on the power call. It's going to be incredible. Congrats once again to all new distributors, senior consultants, qualified producers, supervisors, everybody else that is making an impact in community, moving up and changing pins. I'm going to hand it over to Jay, and he's going to do some Q&A for us.
Good, Stephen. Thank you. Okay, guys, so we're going to do Q&A real quick, few minutes, so we're going to leave it open. Anybody have any questions, whether it be around retail, recruiting, inviting to events, leave it open for some questions. Whoever would like to come off mute, ask a question. All good questions.
Hey guys, it's Anna. I have
Hi.
a question, kind of touching on what Golden and Deasia did. So how do you coach Deasia to talk to people before she signed up? So like to get her 5 people before she signed up, because I'm just a little curious with the wording and how we would want to get someone interested and like get those 5 people interested without like trying any products first, or what is your usual plan for that?
So, like Deasia said, it's a 100-person list. So we have an orientation where it was about, at that point, it was like 4 of us on orientation with them, just explaining things we get to do and just seeing how serious they are. And laying out the steps, like committing to the calls once a week, committing to, can you turn that button off, the top left one? Committing to the event once a month, and basically kind of the 100-person list kind of seals the deal. If they come to you with a 100-person list, then they're probably serious. So once that point comes, there's a 100-person list text that they send out, and they respond that they're interested or not. And once she gets somebody who's interested, she can add them into a group chat with me and just kind of watch my languaging. Like Jay said earlier, show, tell, try, do, or show, tell, try, do. So that's just helping me build her confidence in learning like how I speak to people. But actually before that, she referred me to 2 people. So one person actually purchased products from me, and instead of me making them a preferred member, I kept them as a client, so that as soon as she was ready to sign up, she went to her because that was a referral to me from her. So when that one person wanted to sign up, when that one person signed up, she wasn't ready to like sign up as a distributor yet. She didn't have enough people. I just kind of wanted to set the standard to go straight to senior consultant, or at least have 3 people ready to sign up. So her friend was going to sign up tomorrow, and she was going to reorder. So as soon as that happened, I just like kind of pushed her, and she ended up getting like X amount of people. It was like over LDW weekend, I was unable to like kind of speak with her and do the distributor thing. So through that weekend, she just got the rest of the people. She collected the money from them. So we were doing basic plans, shakes and teas. So as soon as she had the 100, it's around $175, $170. Once she got all that profit from them, she had about $1,000+ or something. We just met, signed her up, and she just placed all the orders. And so she just hit senior consultant like that day. So really it's just taking them through everything. But the person is going to do the work. You know what I mean? Like I can tell somebody, get people that are interested and want to sign up. It's up to them, and like they'll kind of show their drive, whether or not if they want to do it. It's not hard work. It requires hard work, but it's simple work.
Yeah.
So by her being on the product and knowing the product, she was able to talk about the product passionately and know what she was talking about.
And does that help you?
That does. Thank you very much.
Okay, good. And then I saw another question come in. So Hannah asked, best way to get people interested, ? So many people ask and want to be involved, but most back out. Message over 100 people with my invite or explaining everything. Any ideas? So I'll say something to this, and then if the tab team want to voice anything, they can go ahead. That's just how it goes sometimes, you guys. Here's what I can tell you. This could be a very long answer, but it comes down to what Jim Rohn used to say all the time, which is it's a law of thirds. So a third of the people will say yes. It actually goes, a third of the people will be interested. Out of that, a third of the people will say yes. So it's important that they know what you're up to. And then it's also important that you take responsibility in being consistent in getting your results and getting other people results, because those people are watching. So although some of those people might not say yes right now, they might say yes next month. You never know. So that's part of it. The other part I would recommend is that you get with your coach or your mentor and you look at maybe what you're saying to the replies. If the people are replying that they might be interested in, then they don't buy, maybe looking at your language or what you might be saying, and breaking that down. Not that we're going to be able to get everybody to say yes, but like I said earlier today, we just want to get as good as possible. We want to be as good as possible with our conversation, with understanding what our language could and should be, and then go from there. So just understand that that's normal. I did 100 wellness profiles for my whole entire football team when I started, you guys, and everybody said no. So sometimes it's just how the numbers work out. What's important is that you learn what you need to learn while you're doing that. Shut up, Sean. Okay, Steven, you had some?
No, I was just gonna ask you that and have you share that about the 100 people on your football team or whatever. And then also share too. It's like how you mentioned like people might not come around now, but like so I've been signed up with Herbalife for 6 years now, and I just now got people coming around that want to order products. Like one of them being my sister, who literally like talked shit to all of us like when we first got started and like for the first couple of years and stuff, to where like I made a shake on Christmas and she tried it, and then she's like, oh wow, this is really good. And then a month later she's like, hey, how do I make a peanut butter banana shake? And I was like, well, it's 2 scoops healthy meal, 2 scoops PDM, half a banana, and 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. And she's like, okay, order that for me. I was like, all right, sweet. So it's like you just gotta stay consistent with what you're doing, and people are gonna realize that you're serious. Like people want to see you fail. So it's like people are watching to see how long Jay is gonna do what he's doing. They're waiting for Jay to go to the next thing, so that way they could be like, oh, told you so, Jay. I told you want to do that Herbalife thing for that long. I told you want to stay with it. Whatever they might say to their heads. But you got to know for yourself like why you're doing this and keep going no matter what, and realizing that like what you're doing right now is just planting seeds for the future. Like you could even take it based off like this month. Like I might not get maybe my goal of like say 10, 15 new clients this month, but am I doing the work to set myself up to get 10, 15 new clients maybe 6 months from now? Because like the work you do today, the work you do this month will show up 90 days from now, 180 days from now, whatever it is, a year from now, 3 years from now, you never know. So that's why it's so important. You're just consistently going and doing the work that you need to do.
Good. Okay, so hopefully that answered you guys' questions. All right, now we're going to go ahead and close out the call. To close out the call, I'm going to hand it over to World Team member Shannon. Take it away, Shannon.
Thanks, Jay. Oh my gosh. Okay, all of those wins were freaking incredible and amazing and firing me up, getting me so excited. So a little bit about me, guys. I got started on the products coming to a free fit club. So came to it, loved it, and got super, super excited about like the energy, everything. Got started on the products. My coach was Keegan, and from the very beginning, he started inviting me to events. And from the very beginning, from his first time asking me, I started saying no. So he asked me to come to Extravaganza, and I made up an excuse. I was like, I have an internship. I just started. I'm like, I'm about to graduate college. Like, no, why would I do that? So I'm not kicking myself for it because I wasn't ready at the time. But now I definitely know I'm going to say yes to everything from there on out. The next month after Extravaganza, I came to my very first STS. We sat like in the second to the last row in the back. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know. All I knew before that, I said, hey, no, I'm not going to be a coach. Like, I don't want to do this. But he still invited me to an event, and I still went. And I am very, very sure that by him inviting me to that event, even though I said no to the business, he still invited me to go and hang out, have fun. That was the reason why I actually became a coach and became a distributor and like actually decided to do this full on. Because looking back, like thinking about the back when I first started, I wasn't really sure on why exactly I started coaching people. I had no idea. All I remember was myself saying no, and then myself going to events because my coach told me to. So that's kind of something to think about when you're looking at events for yourself and looking at events for like other people. I personally have people that I've been inviting for 6 months, and now they're finally going and getting excited and being like, okay, wow, this is more than just what I'm seeing in the club, and this is more than just what I'm seeing from you. But now I'm actually seeing it in a bigger picture in a way that's so powerful because I see 500 other people in a room that are so fired up, so excited. I just get them to come because of free tea all day long. So I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I get excited by free tea. So I think the majority of us will get excited, and like our clients and our like new coaches and anyone else will get excited about free tea. But a little story on that as well. Like the reason why the events are so important is like us as coaches, and you guys all as coaches, like we have our own methods of teaching people, and we have our own methods of like doing the business. And the cool thing about like being at another event and having other coaches and other, you know, really powerful distributors and leaders in the community and in the company, they're showing us the ways that they do the business, and they're showing us like telling us about the products and telling us about other things in a whole different way than I could tell like Sawyer and Lindsay, in a whole different way than, you know, like that Jay can tell some of us. So they're giving us a whole different perspective on that, which is so incredible and so powerful. And honestly, like if, you know, Jay were to sit down with any of us and were to show us everything that they teach us at events, like it would take a long time, for him to sit with each of us individually and show us all that. So that is so, so powerful, being able to see that from like a different vision as well, and being able to get all that inspiration and all that excitement, which is amazing. So one other thing too that I wanted to hit on is like so again, like with inviting anyone, so like of course we all want to go to events. We want to invite as many people as we can to events with that. So I have this group of girls. They're all Frontline Preferred members. They're all best friends. They got really excited. Like 2 of them came to the STS last month as brand new preferred members, and they got all their friends excited. They started sharing my like Herbalife ID, and so they all signed up Frontline as preferred members. They were so excited. It was crazy. But they're all going as a group to this next STS because they love the tea. They're still all preferred members. Like they just love to go because of the energy. And because of that, because inviting them, even though they all said, nope, they don't want to do the business. Like I didn't care. I still invited them because it's my duty, I think, as a coach to be able to invite others to come and see the opportunity, even though they say no in the beginning, because I know that's what I did. So it's really cool to be able to have a group of clients and a group of members like still go to the events and learn, because they see the personal development. They're like, wow, this is cool. They learn more about the products. They're like, wow, this is amazing. And then they really like hear about the business opportunity, and they're like, holy cow, like maybe this is something that I could see myself doing in a year, or maybe this is something I could see myself doing right now. So that's something that I think is so powerful that we can all take on even more. Plus the more you bring, you get to sit VIP. Like that's cool. I don't know. Has anyone here been able to sit VIP at an STS or an event? Like raise your hand if you have. Like it's incredible. They have like protein bars, aloe, tea all day long. Like it is so cool. You get to sit up at the front of the room. You tend to be more locked in because you're right up front and all the speakers are looking you in the eye. So you're actually like, okay, yeah, let me take my notes because they're watching me and they're all paying attention. Like it's so cool, but I feel like you tend to learn more. Again, doesn't matter where you sit in the room, but VIP is definitely pretty cool. So those are kind of like my favorite things about events and why I go. Plus you get to dress up. I mean, it's awesome. And the last thing, who qualified for the power call any month? Like who's ever qualified for one of the power calls? Does someone want to share like their biggest thing they've been able to take away from the power call, or like the biggest thing that was like made it different from any other call that we've been on? Anybody want to come off mute and share?
I'll share something small real quick. Even though I feel like you guys heard from me enough today, but what's cool with the power call is like it's our one time throughout the month to hear from a guest speaker on our different calls. So obviously it's incredible to hear and get trained by like the tab team members in the organization who are all incredible and stuff. But it's awesome to be able to interact and experience and hear from like top leaders in Herbalife around the country. Hearing from guys that are changing pins, adding more Ks to their pin, adding more presidency members to our organization, and just like really like on the move and like have what I want. I know for me, like I want to experience and I want to be around the people that have what I want as much as possible. So if that involves like being able to qualify for a call or qualify for a training or maybe go somewhere and visit people, whatever that is, I want to rub my shoulders with those people that are successful and have what I want within Herbalife. And qualifying for the power call is one of those things for me. just being able to learn like what they did to get there, and then just also you'll be able to hear like more inspiration and vision from them as well.
I can Thank you. That was awesome.
You want me to go too?
Okay.
Or no? So what I like about Power Call is like all these calls that we do each month, they're not like earned, and the Power Call is earned. And so like we talk about is somebody from that's higher in the tab team or president's team, they're speaking not down to us, but like kind of reminiscing like I was once where you guys were, and this is what I did to get where I am. So they like to reflect like everybody has the opportunity that I have, and so them kind of like getting down to everybody else. Not that they're higher than us, but like, you know what I mean, like kind of getting down where we are. Like, hey guys, I was once sitting where you guys were, and I once wanted to be where I am. So this is how I did it. Like their come up stories also. You can always follow them on social media, but it's totally different when you're on a call with them and you're hearing them like, this is what I struggled with. This is what I did to get where I am.
That's good, Liv. That's exactly like what we want anyway, is to qualify for everything, and that's where this call is so powerful. Did someone else want to come off mute? I think I heard someone.
I did. Just to speak and go off of what Liv said, so like how she said these calls, like they're not like really earned, like everybody gets them. The more and more calls will continue to be on, you'll see that some of this stuff may become repetitive. It's the foundation though, so it's key. Like continue to take notes. Every call you'll begin to take notes from a different view too, like maybe not a new distributor, but maybe a new coach, and you'll be able to duplicate that stuff with people. So major and super important to stay on these calls, but those calls you'll notice are straight to the point, like raw, cut, uncut, exactly everything you want to know about how to get to like levels that you dream of right now, but it'll become more realistic. You'll be able to hear stories about people who struggled, who are now making like 6-figure, 7-figure incomes, and they were once literally broke as can be, and not just financially, but spiritually, mentally, in every single way that you can imagine. And just to see the different ways that all people utilize all the avenues that we have available to us to just create success. It's just super inspiring. And to qualify for anything, like you'll hear this over and over again, qualify for everything. Because like Steven also said, rubbing shoulders with the people who have success is only going to rub success off on you and just make you want to elevate your life, because you're going to see that inside of yourself as well, and know that if there's a higher level, then why would I settle for being at a lower average level? Like, we're not the average. We're already doing something different with our lives that the typical average person cannot even take out of themselves and get out of their own way to try and attempt. So qualify for everything, and that's something that you definitely never want to miss.
Thanks, Golden. That was awesome. Yeah, again, obviously qualify for everything. It is so cool, and it's going to be so powerful. So who is going to qualify for this power call? Woo! It's going to be amazing. But okay, well, thank you guys all for everything tonight and all of the wins that you guys all shared and all the inspiration and all the questions. Those were all amazing. It was incredible. So Caitlin, do you want to?
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye. Bye.